Hello, welcome to YachtBuyer 360. Today we are on board this, the Princess Y85. Remember, if you've not watched one of these, you can control what you look at. Use your mouse or your finger on your tablet to control the angle. You can look in a full 360-degree orientation, so you don't have to look at what I'm looking at. I'll just talk you through it. You choose the angle. Quick look at the dimensions. So she's 86 feet with a beam of 20 feet. And with a pair of MAN 1900 horsepower engines, she's topping out at around 30 knots, which isn't bad for something that clocks in at about 70 tons. Lovely big bathing platform at the aft end. This is where you'll launch the tender from, so this is hydraulic, drops down into the water, and you can take the tender off and recover it using that method. Spot for a sea bob down there as well. This is also access down to the crew space. We're going to go down there at the end of the tour, so stick around if you want to see where the crew live and the machinery spaces. I really like this detail here, and they've got the teak nosing on the steps, so it sort of runs down the back of the boat like a waterfall. Lovely, and the curvature as well here on these mouldings. Glass transom, and it's just a really nice place to walk onto, all lit up like this. Very, very inviting indeed. So let's do it, let's carry on, let's get through. Chunky mooring gear here. Obviously you have that on both sides with your winches to tighten the lines, boarding gates on both sides as well. If you're alongside a high quayside, that is very handy. The steps look lovely as well, don't they? Underlighting underneath just draws you up to the Flybridge. Don't worry, we're going to go up there later on. And this is one of the first models where Princess started reorientating the seating. So rather than having a bench across the back of the transom, you've got these benches facing each other across the boat with a table in the middle, which personally I think just works so much better, because you're both looking at the sea rather than one of you looking into the boat. Now there's some people coming on board, so I'm going to hurry through. I think what I'll do is stay on deck and then we'll go through to the interior in a moment. So down the starboard side deck, it's quite a long walk because this is a long boat, but it's very easy to make your way forward. I can walk down here, no problem. One foot next to the other, plenty of space to get down here and get forward. And this is a cracking living area. Look at the size of it. That is a really great space. You've got the walkway across, this nice teak walkway. No table. I suspect that would be an option to have a table here if you wanted. But you've got the bench underneath the windscreen. And then forward of that, the main sunpad with this backrest that can go flush. So you can use it as a bench to look into the boat as it is now, or put that flush and you've just got a nice big sunbathing space. I like to see this brightened up by some teak and the silver mouldings, the cup holders, all very tastefully done. And here's the good stuff. Oof, twin anchors, your Lumar windlasses, nice big chunky cleats with fair leads built into the bulwarks there, and split anchor locker as well. She's quite something. Storage here as well. So you've got these on both sides. These big storage lockers, you can see, large enough to get the fenders in. Big fenders on something like this, so having somewhere easy to swallow them away for the crew, this is likely to be a crewed boat, is important, and that's nice and easy. And a good spot on deck where you're going to be close to those storage lockers when you're putting the fenders away, running up and down the decks. You've got really easy access to all that stuff. See, we've got one of the side doors open here on the port side, so that gives us access into the galley. We'll have a proper look at the interior in a moment, but depending on who's on board this and where they are, let's see where we're going to head to next. Okay, they're on the bathing platform. Let's go Flybridge. Keep on deck. Get the Flybridge ticked off. So, big space this. I'll just sweep the camera along. And we'll start aft, where evidently there is room for a couple of huge chunky sun loungers. They look very inviting, and then you can get a sense of the scale of this Flybridge. Look at that. And you've got a bimini as well. You can see that slot there. A bimini comes out of there, so if you're on this sunpad but you want a bit of shade, you can get that at the touch of a button. Very nice. Bar amidships, that's got the usual stuff. You've got your cooktop and your fridge and your sink. No bar stools, you can't draw up in front of that to have a drink, but it is opposite this, the dinette, which is a nice size, good wrap of seating. So you can sit people comfortably to dine up here. And then overhead we have the vane style sunroof. So that just tilts, you can see it's in the tilt position now. And then you can bring it flush as well. Helm station, very nicely done. Really classy, really slick. You've got your MFDs from Rain Marine on either side. You've got your radar shown here and your chart shown here, but that's totally flexible. You can customize what's shown on those screens. In the middle is the bonding screen, so that is digital switching for all of the boat systems, and you can interact with that and control things from here. You'll have those at both helms, so really good that you're outside, you're on the Flybridge, but you can see, observe and check all the systems from one screen. Really good stuff, that bonding software. We've got our twin throttles, obviously the steering wheel, and then a couple of helm seats as well. And you're pretty central in this helm, which I think is nice. It means you've got, you know, an equal view. If you're using this position to moor the boat from, you're not biased to one side. You can easily pop to either side of the Flybridge and check your proximity to the quayside. And as well as the navigator seat, you've got these nice L-shaped wraps of seating on either side, so a couple more people per side can come and enjoy the ride. And they've even upholstered this here, so you can lean on that and use that almost as a chaise longue. It's a really well considered space. Nothing feels like it's gobbling up too much room. Good split of dining, sunbathing. Yeah, I think they've done a cracking job up here. Right, let's head back down to the main deck, see where our visitors are and where we can go next. Right, saloon looks pretty clear. Now this feels very homely, doesn't it? Big seating area here on the port side. Opposite a little, I say little, it's actually quite a big sofa. It's not a couple sofa at all. What are you talking about, Jack? Then you've got your TV that pops up from behind there. Very comfortable, lovely, but I really like this space. The round dining table feels really sociable. It's next to the bar, and I like that you've got a proper bar here with bar stools. This split in the counter is actually a partition that comes up from this bar and connects to the ceiling, so it's open plan now, which is quite a nice family feeling, home away from home arrangement. But if your crew are on board and cooking and you want privacy, well, you can put that up and you have, you know, really good privacy for the crew and guests, of course. But I really like this arrangement. This feels like a house, open plan, dining, living, kitchen, a nice galley as well. Nice big swathe of countertop. You've got all of the appliances you'd imagine. Nice big dishwasher, induction cooking, oven, and then big fridge and 2 drawer freezers over there as well. Wine cooler, second microwave. It's really well specified, this. And I just like the round table. That expands as well and get even bigger. It's a bit more sociable, isn't it, than all sitting along a big table. If you're dining, it's nice. If you're playing cards, it's nice having a drink. And next to this big window as well. So even when you're inside, maybe even on a rainy day, you've got great views. But I love how this all fits together, and the quality in here feels lovely. The walnut woodwork contrasting with the white material on the seating, very nicely done. And just this, like this design line in front of me here with the backlighting, it's so classy. Lovely stuff. And just before we move forward, I showed you the side door on the port side. On the side of it, well, that's where it comes into. So even if this is closed off as a galley, crew can get out onto deck really easily. And that's a nice big fridge, isn't it? Okay, let's carry on. Stay on this main deck and we'll go to the bridge. Before that, we have a day head. And the bridge, I love this. They've included this, great for the crew to come and keep the skipper company, but also nice for guests to come and enjoy the ride as well. And that's a very commanding helm station, isn't it? You've actually got 2 bonding screens down here and 2 MFDs. So really good systems and control down here. 2 Helm seats, fully adjustable, really comfortable. I mean, you'll have well over 1,000 nautical miles of range if you're towards displacement speed, so you can cover some ground on this thing. And being comfortable while you do it is important as crew. So this is a nice space up here, and nice and private, really quiet. And this is great because they can use this for work as well. Open the laptop, paperwork, chart work, and a sliding door, so it can be fully closed off, be a totally crewed area if you want it to be. This works really well. Right, lower deck. Companionway here on the starboard side. And I think we'll start going forward. 4 cabins down here. On the starboard side, there's a twin, though it has got sliding berths. So there's a push button. You can see that sliding across. I don't want to crush that ornament, obviously, but you can just see this is sliding across to join the one outside to become a double. Really nice, simple addition that gives you so much more flexibility with this guest cabin. And nice that they've got, you know, a double wardrobe, not just a single wardrobe, and access to a private ensuite. Because there's a dayhead on the main deck, you don't need to offer dayhead access necessarily down here. TV behind the door, individual AV and air conditioning for each cabin, of course. Across the way, on the port side now, a double. That's a fixed double, so you can't open that up to become a single. But that's a nice cabin, isn't it? Lovely detailing behind the bed. Their wardrobe's over in that corner. Again, it's a double, and once again we have a private bathroom. Slightly bigger, this one. Rain shower head up there. That's a very nice double. But a nicer double is forward. The VIP. Look at the floor space here. It's huge. That is really nice and luxurious. Double, possibly even king size bed. Set at a reasonable level, but you've got the steps anyway, so you can get into bed easily. You pick up some whole window here too, so natural light's decent. Escape hatch overhead. No skylight, but you know, natural light isn't too much of an issue in here because you've got those whole windows. Totally private bathroom, of course. Arguably slightly smaller than that other double, but just as nicely put together. And look, storage under the bed's easy to get to. They do think of the practical stuff, Princess. Right, let's head amidships. Past the guest cabins. And just outside the owner's cabin, storage above, washing machine below. Probably washer dryer, yeah, combination there. So guests can do some washing without having to rely on the crew or go to the crew space. And then we have the owner's cabin, full beam. Yeah, the widest part of the boat. It's lovely, huge space. So much floor space here, so it's very easy to move around. Really big TV up on the bulkhead. Headroom well over 6 feet, no issues there. Well, as long as you're not 6'7". And then you got the bureau and storage over on the port side, which looks really smart. And it's just the detailing, the lighting running up these wooden battens, and the way it sort of merges into the material halfway across. It's really elegantly done. And what they do on a lot of the Y class range actually, and even now the smaller F class, is they put the bathroom and the wardrobe behind the bed, which gives you good space. Lots of storage space here. But it also insulates from the engine room, which is the other side of this aft bulkhead. So 2 functions, but it means here, this one's biased towards the bathroom, but it gives you space for twin sinks. And a separate shower cubicle and toilet. So you have a proper toilet cubicle. And then on the other side, the shower. That's nicely fitted out, isn't it? Big portion of window there as well, so you've got a lovely view out when you're on anchor and you're having a shower. Really lovely. They do seem to have got the formula right with the Y85. I'm not seeing many faults, I have to admit. Okay, where's left? Crew space and engine room, let's head there. down the steps to the bathing platform. You can get to the engine room via a hatch in the cockpit. I want to show you through this access because on the way we can go to the crew space. And this will be a crewed boat majority of the time, so this space is quite important. Okay, stand in the middle so you can get your bearings. Remember, you can move the screen around, look wherever you like. So there's a mess in the middle. It's not huge. I guess this is designed to run with, well, let's have a look, shall we? We've got 1, 2 bunks there, bathroom there, and then another 2 bunks here. So 4 crew. So 4 crew on board. So there's their mess. All 4 of them are not going to be able to sit there. That is not a huge sofa, but if a couple are working, a couple are off shift, they can sit and have something to eat, and they can watch the TV. I'm slightly surprised there isn't a screen down here so they can sort of oversee the boat. They could do with a botting screen down here, so that from down here they have views of the systems. I may be talking rubbish and there's one behind here or something, but that seems a bit of an omission to me. But actually, small mess area aside, they've got the microwave and they've got the tap. The cabin space is not bad, sort of what you'd expect. But this bunk isn't super close to this one, so it's not too claustrophobic. Space for one of them to get changed in here, and you know, a hanging wardrobe, that's for 2 people. So again, you don't get lots of space as crew on any yacht, never mind one of this size. That's the other cabin, identical really. And the bathroom. There's only 1 bathroom, but at least it's a decent size, and it's not just a wet room. They've got a proper shower cubicle, a little bit of storage in here. So yeah, it's okay. And then another washer dryer. Not a combo here, they've got space for both. So this is where the crew will do laundry, bedding, you know, table settings, that sort of thing, plus their own clothes, and they can do guest stuff here as well. But always good to have a washer dryer in the guest accommodation so that guests can take care of their own clothes if they want to. That is the access from the cockpit. So there's a side door. That's really quite easy. Proper steps down there. That's nice. You're not just dropping down a hatch. Okay, we come to the engine space. Whew. This is great, isn't it? Big V12 engines, but plenty of space around them, and headroom is excellent. In the main body of the engine room, it's towering above me. That's great. So you've got your spot zero system over there, so that brings in water off the dock and purifies it, so that you're washing the boat with essentially purified water, so it shouldn't leave streaks and watermarks, which is an absolute dream for the crew. 2 generators, one stacked on top of the other here, these twin Onan generators. And then this is the hydraulic pack for the Sleipner system, which will be the stabilizers, fin stabilizers, plus bow and stern thruster. So those stabilizers I'm talking about, they will work when the boat's at rest, the 0-speed ones, so they'll stop the boat rolling on anchor, but they also have a really good effect when the boat's moving along. The Dometic system down here, that's all air conditioning, the chillers there, sending the cold air around the boat. Fuel tanks up ahead of me, and then the Master Vault system, that is managing all the electrical side of things, the power running through the boat. And yeah, these big engines have got plenty of space around them, so as an engineer, she should be pretty easy to look after. Twin shaft drives, you can see the shafts coming out the back of the engines there. Pretty faultless, to be honest. Princess, you know, they build a lot of boats, they built a lot of engine rooms, and that experience shows in spaces like this. Okay, let's head out. Back through the crew space onto the transom. And there you have it. That is the Princess Y85. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please give it a like if you did. If you want more information on the Y85, head to yachtbuyer.com. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer 360.